Okay, so we will start on our backs with our chair low side facing us so that we can throw our feet up over the chair. So take your time as you come down onto the ground, onto your mat, to your chair, and then just throw your legs over your chair. Give a second to kind of get a comfortable position. So we want ideally that our feet can relax on the chair, backs of the calves can relax on the chair. And then we just want to make sure that our back is comfortable on the ground. So make sure your tailbone feels like it's positioned well, shoulder blades feel like they're positioned well. And then to start, if it feels comfortable to do so, arms in anatomical position. So maybe about 45 degrees away from the side of your body with your palms facing up. Taking just a few more moments here just to find that quiet settling in position with the body and allowing just a little time for your mind to quiet down. And then once you feel like you've got a really good soft position of the body, then just start a little mental scan through your body. Notice your feet, your ankles, your calves and your shins, your knees and the backs of your knees. Notice your thighs, the sides of your thighs, the backs of your thighs. Notice your hips and your buttocks, and then just notice if you're holding any tension in that bottom half of the body. See if you can let some things soften and just get a little heavier into the chair or a little heavier into the floor. And then see if you can let your awareness travel to your belly and your low back. And then just notice here, if you're holding tension in your abdomen, and more specifically, if you feel like you're kind of holding tension around the belly button, can you invite a sense of softness in? Because there is action that happens, the belly moves with the breath. So a perfect sense of soft stillness might not be achievable, but can you release any tension so you're not clenching or gripping tight in your belly? And then can you notice the backs of your ribs connected to the floor? And then with that focus on the ribs, now can you just pay attention to the movement of breath within your ribs? So as you breathe in, you might feel an expansiveness in the rib cage. And then as you exhale, you might feel a sort of contraction of the rib cage. So see if you can just kind of notice and tune in to that subtle movement in and out in the rib cage. One more moment, just paying attention to the movement in the ribs. And then let your awareness travel up to your shoulders. If you started to pay attention to the ribs and you maybe brought some tension into the shoulders or upper body so that you could find that focus. Now let's see if you can soften your shoulders, soften your collarbones, and let the backs of your arms become soft and heavy again. And then notice if you're holding any tension in your hands or your fingers, can you let all of that go? And then see if you can let your awareness travel up to the back of your neck. Let the back of your neck be soft. Soften your jaw, soften your cheekbones, and soften the space between your eyes. And then we're going to keep this soft position with the body just for a few more minutes. So just make sure everything feels good. If you need to readjust anything or wiggle anything around, take a second to do that, but then come back to that soft, still heaviness. And now we're just going to focus on the eyes and the eyeballs. So your head is in a neutral position. Ideally, if you open your eyes, you're looking up towards the ceiling. And then eyes opened or closed, that's going to be totally up to you. But can you keep your head in that still position? So you're really going to feel the back of your head connected to the floor. Keep your head in that still position, but can you look your eyes to the right and up? So think about a 45-degree angle, or if you were seated in your chair, you would be looking up to the top corner of your room. So look your eyes over to the right and up slightly, 45 degrees. Hold that position, eyes closed or open, that's totally up to you, but just the eyeballs move, the head stays stationary. And then return your eyes back to center, and then we're going to take that over to the left. So eyeballs are going to look over to the left and up slightly, but the head is going to stay in that neutral position, and you're just going to hold that position with the eyeballs. And then when you're ready, release eyeballs back to center. And now we're going to look eyeballs up center. So we're going to keep our head in that stationary position, and the eyeballs are just going to look up as far as they can. Almost imagine that you're trying to roll your eyes into the back of the head. So just looking upward, eyelids opened or closed, that's totally up to you. But just keep looking the eyeballs up, and everything else stays as still as it can. And then return your eyes back to that neutral position. But now we're going to do just 2 more rounds of moving the eyes, but notice the front of the neck and the chest. Are you picking up tension in the neck and the chest as you try to hold this position with the eyes? So now we're going to keep the head in that neutral position. Eyes are going to look down, like you're going to try to look down as far as you can without moving your head. And then when you're ready, release your eyes back to that neutral position. And now eyes are just going to look to the right. Everything else is going to stay as it is. Hold it as long as you can. Notice your neck and your throat. Return your eyes to center. And now eyes are going to look over to the left, looking as far as they can without the head turning. And then notice the front of the neck and the throat. And return your eyes to center. And then one more time, we're going to look the eyeballs upward. So head is going to stay in that neutral position. Look your eyeballs up as far as you can. Hold it as long as you can in that steady position. Notice the front of your neck and your throat. You might notice your chin almost wants to try to help lift those eyeballs up. Take one more moment. And then return your eyes to that center or neutral position. Maybe blink your eyes a little bit, and then slowly start to rock your head side to side. So a super small and gentle motion to start. And then as your neck sort of loosens up, then increase your range of motion. Nice. Take one more rock of the head side to side. And then bring your head back to center or neutral position, and bring your arms into those I Dream of Jeannie arms, or that square across the chest. Once you've got your square across your chest, just keep your head in a neutral position and pull the elbows side to side to start. One more pull the elbows side to side with the head in that stationary position. And then when you're ready, elbows are going to pull in one direction, head's going to turn in the opposite direction. So we're going to get that opposite action going on. Slow and steady. Notice your shoulders, notice your head, notice your neck. Take one more pull of the elbows side to side, and then bring everything back to center, head to center, elbows together. And now release your arms into cactus or goalpost arms. So we're just going to start to find a little opening of the chest, and then start to bring your awareness down to your feet. So wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet just a little bit, move your ankles just a little bit, just a little organic movement, just to bring some life back to those outer edges of your limbs. And then step your feet in just a little bit further so that you get a good reverse tabletop position. So knees may be fairly in line with the hips, and just kind of notice your heels or your feet connected to the chair. And then once you feel like you're there, keep your legs in that neutral position. But now we're going to just kind of gently push into the heels. So you feel the backs of your legs fire up, but you don't need to lift your tailbone up off the ground, and then relax that position. Push gently into your heels and just feel the backs of your legs fire up, and then release, and then do that one more time. Push into your heels, feel the backs of your legs fire up, and then release. And then hands are going to come up and reach for the right knee. Draw the right knee towards your chest, and then super small, super gentle. Draw some circles in one direction. Draw some circles, go the other way. Nice. And then we're going to take that right knee out wide. So right knee towards the right shoulder, open the hip up just a little bit, and then take your right foot, draw it in circles, go in one direction. Draw it in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then bring it back in, give it one last little squeeze, and then reset your right foot onto the chair, but in that tabletop position. So not so much in that relaxed position. Pull the left knee into your chest, get your handhold, and then draw that knee in circles, go in one direction. Small and mindful here, it doesn't need to be extreme. Take your knee, draw it in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then take that left knee out nice and wide towards the left shoulder, open the hip up just a little bit, and then circle your left foot, go in one direction. And then circle your foot the other way. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, pull that knee back into your chest, and the right knee is going to come into meet. So both knees into the chest with a light squeeze, and then just rock yourself gently side to side. And as you start to rock yourself gently side to side, rather than it being just a rock that's kind of in the low back, see if you can rock your shoulders as well. So you're in this little bit of a ball shape, and you're just rolling across the back of the body. So think shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. Cool. Take one more little rock side to side. And then as you come back to center, we're going to swing the legs out nice and wide, release your feet to the ground, and then we're just going to start to find our way up to a slightly seated position. So prop yourself up. Take your time as you come up. We've been in that restful position for a while now, so make sure you give yourself a little bit of grace to come up with a little bit of ease. And then with a wide position of the legs, we're going to keep the legs so that they're to the outer edges of your chair legs, but just there. And then just fold yourself over the chair, but keep it loose and soft. So rather than activating the pinky toes and pulling the back and the inner thighs are engaged, let everything be soft. Let your toes fall in slightly, gently fold over the chair, let your forehead rest, let the back of your neck be soft, and take about 3 nice deep breaths here. Great. And then when you're ready, slowly start to lift your torso up away from that folded position. And now we're going to spin the legs around so that we come into a high kneel position. So as you come around so that you're onto that high kneel position, we want to position ourselves so that we can catch our elbows on the low side of the chair. So start by finding your kneel, and then see if you can bring your elbows onto your chair, and then you might need to rearrange. So you just kind of walk your knees around so that you get a good distance, but we want our elbows on the chair, and then we want to be able to sort of think puppy pose. So we want to let the chest and the forehead melt down. So you're getting a good stretch through the shoulders, the upper portion of the body, maybe the armpit, chest, maybe the lats, just depending on where you might feel sensation. But once you're here, can you invite just a little extra softness into the belly, into your jaw? Take 3 nice deep breaths. Great, and then to come out, we're gonna start by pulling the abdominal muscles up towards the spine. So we're gonna activate that abdominal cavity to make the belly strong, and then release your hands to your chair, and then we're gonna slowly and mindfully lift up, step your feet up, and then we're gonna start to find a downward facing dog. So hands on the chair, walk your feet back so we make that nice upside down V, and then let your head drop between your arms, and then just notice the backs of your legs. So if you're feeling really super tight in the backs of the knees or in the backs of the thighs, bend your knees a little bit, let your heart melt towards your thighs. So we're shooting for a little bit more action, preferably in the upper body and the shoulders and the chest, rather than kind of yanking against the backs of the legs here. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, softer in the knees, lift your gaze, lift yourself on up, and then we're gonna walk it forward. So hands are on the chair, feet in that parallel position. So we're kind of in that tabletop, but a standing tabletop, and then move right into a cat-cow from here. Inhale as you bend your knees, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, straighten the legs round the back, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, bend your knees, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale and round your back, straighten your legs. Awesome. Take about 3 more cycles of breath here. Just move with your breath's rhythm. Nice. And then once you've completed those cycles of breath, back into that tabletop position, we're going to slide the right leg back, and then we're going to rearrange the left leg. So we're going to step the left leg out to the outside of the left chair leg. So it's just a little bit of a wide lunge here. Press back into that heel. So start by seeing if you can find a little sensation in the Achilles heel or the calf. So a nice gentle stretch there. Once you've found it, lift your chest, lift your gaze, take a nice big breath. Cool, and now we're gonna soften that position up just a little bit so we can see if we can pivot that back heel. So now the heel is lifted off the ground, and then lift your heart a little bit further. So now it's a little bit more like that crescent lunge shape. Right hand is gonna stay on the chair, left hand is gonna lift up to the sky, a little rotation in the torso, look up towards the ceiling, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Bring that left hand back down to the chair. We're gonna rearrange everything. So soften up your position a little bit. Step your left foot in, step your right foot up to meet. So back to that tabletop, one cat-cow just to kind of reset the spine. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, straighten the legs round the back, tuck chin to chest. Find a neutral spine, and now we're gonna take it to the other side. So left leg is gonna step back, but we wanna try to arrange it so the heel can stay on the ground or pressing down into the earth. And then right foot's gonna step up to the outer edge of that right chair leg. And then once you feel like you're there, push into the heel, find that nice stretch in the heel and the calf, heart forward, look forward, take a breath. Awesome, and then soften that position just a little bit so you can lift the back heel. So now coming into that more crescent lunge position. And then once you've got the heel lifted, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Nice, and then leaving your left hand on the chair, right hand's gonna reach up to the sky. Look up towards the ceiling if you can. Beautiful, and then release that right hand down to the chair. We're gonna step the right foot in, step the left foot up to meet, and then take one more cat-cow here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. Inhale to a neutral spine, and now we're gonna take it back to our downward facing dog. So walk your feet back, hands on the chair, and then this time just see how it feels to keep the legs straighter. Just notice how the backs of your legs feel, even with just that little stretch to the calf and the heel. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, soften your knees, gaze forward, walk your feet up, and then we're gonna come to an upright position. So come all the way up to a standing position, and we're gonna step the right foot onto the chair. So we're gonna take a little standing balance twist, but we're gonna let the chair be our helper. So with your right foot up on the chair, now rotate to the right. So left hand's gonna reach across. You're gonna use the knee as a little leverage, so the hand might push into the knee, but the knee is gonna push into the hand. So we create a nice strong structure there. Rotate to the right and leverage against that knee. So you rotate just as far as feels good. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. Awesome. When you're ready, slowly and gently unwind. Step that foot off, take a second, pop out your knees, wiggle out anything that you need to, but then we're going to take it to the other side. So left foot's going to step up onto the chair. Right hand is going to reach across, and then we're going to use the hand and the knee as a little bit of leverage. So knee pushes into the hand resists or presses against the knee, and then rotate to the left. Use that little bit of pressure against the hand and the knee to just stabilize you in this position. Take one more breath here. Nice. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully unwind, step that foot off the chair. And now we're going to step our feet out super wide. So you're going to come as wide as feels good to you. Toes and knees are going to be pointing fairly forward. And then once you've got that super wide position with your legs, elbows and forearms are going to come down to the chair. So we're going to think wide leg forward fold, but without bringing the head past the heart. So we're keeping this more upright position, legs as wide as feels good. And then once you feel like you're in that good wide position, you've got that nice forward fold. Now we're going to tune in down to our feet. So you can even look at your feet. If your arches are sort of collapsed, can you push into the big toe, lift your arches up, and think about engaging outward towards the blade edge of the feet. So we want to see if we can feel and activate the blade edges of the feet, which might activate the inner thighs as well. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath. And then when you're ready, relax your toes, soften your knees, hands to the chair, lift yourself on up, step the feet in, and then we're going to spin it around into a seated position. I'm going to turn my chair just so I'm facing you, but you make your chair be in the position that works best for you. Once you've found your way down to your seat, we're just going to scooch the butt forward just a little bit so we have plenty of room to work, and then we're going to step the feet out so they're about shoulder width distance apart. Once you've got that, lift the chest, think belly up and over, and we're just going to lean to that halfway point again. So we're going to lean the heart forward, but keep the head and the heart in line, so we're not letting the head drop below the heart here. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Gently push into the tops of the thighs and the knees. Lift up with a nice long spine. Left hand's going to touch down to the chair. Right hand's going to reach up. Take a nice gentle side bend. Take a big breath in and just notice. Feel the breath in the side of the body and the ribs. Beautiful. Lift up with control. Right hand touches down, left hand reaches up. Take a side bend the other way and then just tune in. See if you can notice and feel the breath in the side of your body. Awesome. Lift back up and then stick with that arm, and we're just going to bring that arm right across the body. Grab hold of the back of the arm, drop the shoulder down away from your ear, and then once you've got that, tuck your chin down toward your chest and take 3 nice big breaths. Nice. Bring your head back to a neutral position. Release that arm. Roll out that shoulder, and then we're going to take it to the other side. So we're going to bring the arm across the body, grabbing hold of the back of the arm, hug it in just as tight as feels right to you, but then see if you can just drop that shoulder or relax that shoulder down away from the ear, creating that little bit of space. Once you've got it, if it feels good to do so, tuck your chin down to your chest, and then see if you can just notice the breath in the back of your body between your shoulder blades and the back of your neck. One more breath. Head comes up to a neutral position. Release that arm, maybe shrug that shoulder out, release anything that you may have come across. And now we're going to pick up the left leg. So we're going to grab the knee, grab the heel, externally rotate, and then take a couple little rocks side to side. Nice. And then when you're ready, bring it right across into your figure 4 shape, up and over. So lift the torso, lean your heart forward just a little bit, come to that halfway mark, and then lift yourself right back up. See if anything needs to be readjusted, and then if it's feeling good, lean your heart forward just a little bit, and then come right back up. And then we're going to do that one more time. Lean the heart forward, maybe come just a little bit further forward, but check your knee, check your ankle, check your hip. Come right back up. We're going to take a light rotation. So Looking at the leg, rotate towards your knee. Just get a light handhold, take a gentle twist. Come back to center, and now we're going to take it into a fold, and you're going to fold as far as feels good to you. So lean your heart forward and then settle into this shape. Soften the outer edges of your thigh, outer edges of your hip. Soften your jaw. Take one more breath. And then think lifting up through the top of your head. Let your heart follow. So come up with a nice strong back. Gently lift that leg off. As you set it down, maybe just take a couple of windshield wipers, just rock the knees out. And then once you feel like you've kind of got some things worked out, we're going to pick up the other leg. So grab the knee, grab the heel, externally rotate and rock it a little side to side. Nice. And then place that leg across, find your figure four, and then we're going to do those 3 leans forward. So lean your heart forward. Notice how everything feels, especially the first one. You might find that certain things just want to be rearranged. Lift yourself back up, fix anything that needs to, and then when you're ready, lean your heart forward again. And lift yourself back up. And then one more time, lean your heart forward, just to that halfway point. And then lift yourself back up, and now we're going to take it into that light twist. So we're going to rotate towards the knee, get a gentle handhold, light rotation, take one good breath. Beautiful. And then as you unwind, come back to center, then you take your figure four fold just as deep as you like. So soften as far into it as feels good to you. Hands wherever feels the best, whatever feels most comfortable. But then once you're there, can you soften your knees, soften your thighs, soften your hip. One more breath. Lift through the top of your head, let your heart follow, come up with a nice strong back, gently lift that leg off, set it down, and take a couple little swishes of the knees. And then we're going to come back to the left leg, but we're going to extend it out nice and long with a light flex in the foot. And this is going to be really fluid. So think up and over, exhale, reach toward your foot. Does not matter if you touch your foot, but then right away, we're going to bring it all back up and in, slide that foot into meet and step the other leg out. Extend the leg, flex the foot, reach your hand up. Exhale, reach towards your foot. Doesn't matter if you touch your foot, and then bring it right back up and in. And now we're going to go back to that original leg, but now grab hold of the bottom of that leg, pick it up, take a nice kick of the foot, flex your foot, lift your chin, lower your foot, tuck your chin slightly to your chest. Do that again. Inhale, lift your foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Exhale, lower your foot, tuck your chin slightly. One more time here. Inhale, lift your foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Exhale, lower it down, set that foot down, come over to the other side, grab the back of that leg, pick it up, get that good handhold, and then when you're ready, inhale, lift the foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Exhale, lower your foot, tuck your chin slightly. Inhale, lift your foot, lift your chin. Exhale, lower and tuck your chin slightly. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift your foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Exhale to lower it down, set that foot down. Now come back to that original leg, send it out nice and long, flex the foot, reach your arm up, up and over with the belly, extend and reach just as far towards your toe as you can. Now again, it does not matter if you touch your toe, but we just want to feel that good stretch through the back of the leg. Take a nice deep breath in, slow breath out. Bring it up and in nice and slow. Slide that foot in, and we're going to take it right to the other side. So the foot's going to extend out with a nice flex in the foot. Arm is going to reach up. Think up and over, reaching towards the foot. Does not matter if you touch the foot. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bring it all back up and in and start to scoot your butt back into your chair so that your butt is way back, but we're still in that nice upright tall position. Once you've got your way there, we're going to take the left hand to the cheek and we're going to offer that little bit of resistance. So your hand is going to push into the cheek. Your cheek is going to push into the hand, like you're really trying to turn your head and look over your shoulder, but your hand is stopping you from doing it. So push your cheek into your hand. Hand is resisting. Hold that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it, slowly switch right over to the other side. So hand to the cheek, push your cheek into your hand into your cheek, get that little bit of resistance going on, like you're trying to turn your head and look, but your hand is helping resist. Hold that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, relax the muscles in your neck, release your hand, and now turn your head. Look over your left shoulder. Turn it as far as you can. Take a nice big breath. Bring your head back to center and then turn your head. Look over your right shoulder. Turn it as far as you can. Bring it back to center. And then with your head in that central or neutral position, we're just going to take those little tiny circles in the air with the nose. So like you're drawing a little 1-inch circle. The head moves, soft in the neck, soft in your jaw. And then once you feel like you've got that motion pattern down, if it feels good to do so, close your eyes down. Awesome. And then take those circles and draw them the other way. Nice. And then let your head come to stillness and then start to lean your back against the chair, but don't get totally into your relaxed position. We're going to take our 4 fingertips, and we're going to place them right at that center of the forehead, right where the eyebrows meet. And we're going to push gently into the fingertips and then spread the hands apart, drag them across the forehead. And then once you come to the temples, pick the hands up, bring them right back to center. A gentle pressure right into that space, the center of your forehead. Push in, glide the hands out, get to the temples, and then lift off. And then just do that one more time. Hands to the center, push into the fingertips, drag the fingers across the forehead, glide them to the temples. And then once you get to the temples, release, let your hands float down, close your eyes down, and give your body a moment to kind of settle into that softer position. And then just know, if you preferred to take it down onto the ground, take your Shavasana on the floor, go ahead and do that. But if it feels comfortable to be in this seated position, give everything a second. Let your body get soft and heavy in your chair. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Let your awareness travel all the way down to your feet and your toes, and then just start to wake your toes up. Give your toes a little wiggle, scrunch up your feet, move them around just a little bit, move your ankles. And then once you feel like you've woken your feet up, bring it into your hands. Keep your feet moving, but wiggle your fingers. Move your wrists. And then once you feel like both your feet and your hands are awoken, open your eyes, stretch your arms up and overhead, stretch your legs nice and long. Take it into that big good morning stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes, and then relax your arms down, relax your feet down, lift your back away from your seat, and just walk yourself forward really close to the edge of your chair if you can, but with your butt still solid on the chair. And then we're just going to take a little lymphatic movement to finish our practice. So hands to the outside of the thighs with a gentle pressure on. We're going to glide the hands down. So think about pushing into the thighs as you come down the legs, across the tops of the feet, push into your hands, bring it up the inner thighs to your belly, give your belly a little rub. Beautiful. Take it to the outsides of the thighs. Push in gently, glide down the outsides of the thighs, across the tops of the feet, up the insides of the legs to your belly. Give your belly a little rub. And we're just going to do that one more time. Down the outsides of the legs, across the tops of the feet, up the insides of the legs to the belly to give a little rub. And now we're going to take 3 brushes down the side of the body. So hands as close to the armpits as you can, but a light pressure on. Push down with a little bit of vigor. Push down, and do that one more time. Push down. Nice. And then take it up the arm. So light pressure on, glide up the outside and down the in. One more up and down, and then take it over to the other arm. Put a little pressure on, glide up and down. Beautiful. One more up and down, and then we're just going to take light piano fingers to the heart space and just tap lightly up and down, up to the collarbones and down to the breastbone. Awesome. One more tap up and down, and then stack your hands right on top of your heart with a little bit of pressure on. Just draw a couple of circles, go in one direction, and then draw a couple of circles the other way. Beautiful. And then let your hands come to a stiller position, soft against your heart. Bow your head to your heart, eyes closed or open. That's totally up to you. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and the time that you take to take care of yourself. Take another nice big inhale, breathing in love and gratitude for your friends, for your family, for your pets, and everyone else that you might come across today. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up to the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy, happy Wednesday. You guys are amazing. Nice work.